All right, I'm doing a head-to-head comparison, and I thought I would bring you along because it might help you. I'm auditioning pedals for a big pedal board build. I say big, I don't know. I don't want this to be a massive build, so I only want the pedals that I know that I want. If you've seen some of the other videos, you know I've recently tried out the Eventide H90. Blown away by this thing. The Solo Ventus was one of the last things I covered. Been using that for delays. Definitely keeping that for now. This is an amazing pedal. Love it. Love the Metro, the Bloom, all that stuff. But the reason I got the H90 is someone said that the pitch effects are just top notch with the H90. And so if you're going to use like a capo, which, you know, me, worship leader who plays electric guitar and also sings, one of the things, and this is part of the theme of the board, is I got spoiled with the Helix. And on the Helix, I have like a song per snapshot. I have a foot switch that turns on and off pitch if I want, like a poly capo. And, you know, if I go to song 1 and it's in G, but I want to play G shapes, but it's actually an F sharp or G flat, whatever. And I don't want to capo like 2 and play E shapes. I just want to stay on G. I just want to use the poly capo, take it down a half step, okay? Or if I'm in A and I still want to play G shapes because I'm a worship leader, I only know how to play in G. It's not true, but let's just say this is what I'm doing. It works great. I got spoiled. So now I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this with my new board. And I would just say, man, the Eventide is awesome, but it's quirky. It's not as clean as I thought it was going to be. And I like I like the poly capo. So would I just now put the HX1 at the front and use that for pitch and use this for the things I'm amazed by, which are reverbs? Reverbs. Wow. This past Sunday, I used a cassette algorithm. What's it called? Sticky cassette or something. And then I used my expression pedal to bring in and out that cassette. I did the same thing on the first song with the black hole reverb, and I took in and out the, it was like a vibrato of some sort for the song Great Things. Love it. I'm trying to use the H90, trying to figure out the best workflow for me. I think Perform is going to be the best because you can use a 2-foot switch to, like, let me save what I have. There we go. You can use a dual foot switch to scroll up and down your programs, right? Am I getting that right? You get 2 presets per program, and then I can turn things on and off here if I want, and then use an expression to bring gradually in something else, like another effect, whatever it may be. So anyways, enough talking. Let's dig into it. Let me show you. I mean, I'm going to do some more talking. I want to show you what I'm hearing and see if you hear it. And the HX1, it's got some quirks too. So I'm trying to figure out which one's best. Let me know down in the comments. This thing's massively expensive. This thing is not. What was this? I think this is like $299, maybe on sale for $249 at times. I don't know. You have to click the link down below and go check. And this is like $900, but it also does more things. So anyways, let me get my guitar and put headphones on and see if you can hear what I'm hearing. Test number 1 is when the pedal is engaged, but it's still at unity. Eventide seems to bring in this like chorusy effect. Now, I don't know if you would ever want to do that. Like, why would you have the pitch effect on and it be at unity? Sometimes the snapshot mode, I don't know. I just noticed it. I don't know if they would ever matter, but here, see if you can hear what I'm hearing. This is my tone. Now, I'm not wearing headphones right now, but if you were to put on headphones, I think you would hear what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that this is adding some sort of phasery sound, and I just noticed it because I noticed it when I tuned down like half a step. So let's tune down half a step and just go back and forth between the two. The cool thing about the Poly Capo is that I noticed when it was on Unity, like the fast on the tracking sounded like it wasn't messing with my tone nearly as much as the H90. But as I go lower, I'm noticing that I need to bump it up to more stable as we get to lower stuff. So that's a con, right? That you might have to mess with it. But let's just hear it on tracking on fast. Now I'm hearing a little wobble. But put it on stable, and that wobble goes away. They're both handling it pretty well. I just feel like there's this slight vibrato, chorusy something happening on the Eventide. And I can show you a screenshot of what I got going on. Actually, let me record the screen. I have 100% mix, so there's nothing going on. Percussive type, when I switch it to the other type, it gets worse. Now, there is this auto EQ, so let me mess with that on both. I tried to take those both off all the way. Let me switch back over here. I'll bring up the auto EQ to 10 on both of them, and let's hear the difference. H90. Back to the H90. It also sounds like the HX1 is a little bit louder. It might be. Now you can mess with the input and output gain on this and make up for that, but that's fine. Let me go back to Unity and then we'll try some lower notes now that the auto EQ is on. So everything off. Ooh, I definitely feel the latency there. I don't know, that may be more of a feel thing, but I would need to fast track it. It might be so subtle, it's not that big a deal. Let's tune down. Now that doesn't sound as good. Got that wobble, so I would want to bring up. I've never felt the latency, and right there I barely feel it, but so it might be just a happy medium to do one of the like fast or just stable. The auto EQ is on both of them. When I hit the stock setting, it puts it on 7. I'll put it on 7 on both of them. So now let's try something even deeper. Let's go down another whole step. I definitely feel like this is brighter. Or maybe this is just quieter, which I feel like it is quieter, so maybe it's a little bit of both. Let's go up. Let's go up a whole step. Like I'm playing G shapes, but I want to play an A. It just sounds more natural. The HX1 sounds more natural than the H90. It does. It just do. That top end, it just sounds like, it doesn't sound like a toy. It sounds like a guitar. This, something about it. Something about it. The other thing to think about is that this is mono. Everything on this pedal can be stereo except for the polyphony algorithm, which is doing this capo sound, and it's only mono. I was running my delays into this because I was using it as reverb, and then I was trying some of the pitch stuff. I was like, wait a second, it just went mono. And I looked it up and it's like, oh yeah, it is mono. But the poly capo can be stereo. And there's also, when you're wearing headphones, I feel like there's, even though there's no reverb or anything going on, you still get a little bit of stereo. Like I'm going through 2 different amps here. I'm going through the Tone Shepherd AC30 and the ProSonic. Maybe it's not enough to worry about. I don't know, but I just feel like I will probably put the poly capo on. Let's go back to Unity one more time. Now let's put some delay on. double pitch. Anyways, let me know what you think down in the comments. Which way should I go? Are you leaning like I am to put this merely as a pitch effect? Because I think it does a really good job. It's got some quirks with the tracking. You'd have to dial it in based on what you want to do. If you need it super fast with no latency, like if you're playing something rhythmic, you would need to lean towards fast. But I was just strumming with reverb and all that. I didn't notice the latency when the tracking is all the way up. And the H90 just has this chorusing effect that I can't get rid of. Do you agree? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.